The fog of war. They say that in geopolitics, there are no permanent friends, only permanent interests. But in the case of the US and Iran, the interests have never been more at odds, and the friendship has been non-existent for decades. Right now, as you read this, the gears of the world's most powerful military are turning. The Pentagon isn't just talking, they are positioning. Carriers are moving. Air defense systems are being unboxed. And the fog of war is thickening over the Persian Gulf. This isn't just a military exercise. This is the preparation for a potential hinge of history, a moment that could define the next several decades. Today, we're going to look past the headlines and examine the cold, calculated arithmetic of how Donald Trump might actually strike Iran. Why now? The spark isn't just the protests on the streets of Tehran, though they provide a significant backdrop. For the Trump administration, this is about unfinished business. Following the strikes in June 2025, there was a sense of victory. But the intelligence community soon realized the job wasn't done. For 100 kilograms of highly enriched uranium material, that could be the core of 9 nuclear weapons, suddenly went missing. It was moved in the shadows, hidden in deep mountain bunkers before the first bombs even fell. To Trump, a nuclear-capable Iran isn't just a regional threat. It's a personal affront to his maximum pressure legacy. The humor break now. Looking at Trump's history, we know he hates a bad deal. And to him, leaving 400 kilograms of uranium in the hands of the Ayatollah is the worst deal in history. It's like selling a luxury penthouse and finding out the previous owner left a ticking time bomb in the master closet. He doesn't want to renegotiate the lease. He wants to call in the demolition crew. The military arithmetic, if the order is given to go. The US Air Force doesn't just fly straight into Iranian airspace. They need a corridor, a path that balances stealth, fuel, and political risk. There are 3 main options on the table. The northern corridor, the high-risk route. This path takes B to Spirit bombers from European bases, across the Black Sea, and through the airspace of Georgia or Azerbaijan. On paper, it's the shortest way to reach northern Iranian sites. But there's a giant, Russian-shaped problem. Moscow's radars in the region are sophisticated. Even if they can't lock onto a stealth bomber, they can see the hole in the air. One phone call from the Kremlin to Tehran, and the element of surprise is gone. The central corridor, the proven path. This route goes through Jordan and Iraq. It's the path used in the 2025 strikes. While Iraq might officially protest, their ability to actually stop a fleet of F-35s and F-22s is essentially zero. It's a tested route, but its predictability is its weakness. Iran has likely spent the last year pointedly aiming their S-300 and HQ-9B batteries exactly at this entrance. The southern corridor, the logistical giant, this is the deep blue option. It utilizes the Indian Ocean and avoids the sovereign airspace of nervous regional allies like Saudi Arabia or Qatar. By flying from the south, the US can use its carrier strike groups and even bring in the B-52s, the strata fortresses. It's the safest route for the neighbors, as it keeps the retaliation away from their doorsteps. But it requires a massive logistical train of tanker aircraft to keep the bombers fueled. The strategic endgame, decapitation or containment. Here is where the conversation turns from how to why. A surgical strike on nuclear sites is one thing. That's a Tuesday afternoon for the US military. But regime change is a different beast entirely. If the goal is to topple the IRGC, the US would have to target command and control centers, communication hubs, and the leadership itself. However, Iran isn't a house of cards. Its system is institutionalized. If you take out the supreme leader, the IRGC has contingency plans to consolidate power instantly. It wouldn't be a collapse. It would be a consolidation into a military junta. The silent spectator, Israel's role, and then there's the wild card, Israel. Prime Minister Netanyahu has made it clear that a nuclear Iran is an existential red line. If the US strike succeeds in creating even a moment of chaos in Tehran, Israel won't be sitting on the sidelines. The moment the Iranians shield their air defenses is cracked by American bunker busters, Israeli jets will likely follow up to perform a total sweep. They want to ensure that whatever comes after the current regime, even if it is a democracy, does not inherit a single functioning missile factory. The conclusion, the stakes in the end. We are looking at a game where the margin for error is zero. Iran can retaliate by closing the Strait of Hormuz, sending oil prices to the moon and global markets into a tailspin. Both sides are holding their breath, waiting to see who blinks first. Trump is betting that the armada he's sending will force a deal. Iran is betting that the cost of war is too high for the West to pay. It's a classic standoff. But in 2026, the guns are loaded and the safety is off. Closing tag, what's your take? Is this the ultimate art of the deal bluff? Or are we truly on the doorstep of the biggest conflict of the 21st century? Drop a comment below, hit the like button to support the channel, and as always, stay informed, stay prepared.